We are talking about exponential growth and decay functions, and we want to graph exponential functions. So sketch the graph of each function. We have y equals negative 1/3 times 2 raised to the x plus 1 plus 2. So the a value is negative 1/3. So that is going to flip it over or reflect it over the x-axis. And 2 is exponential growth, so we think our graph is going to come down and look like that. There's a positive 1 here, so we actually have to substitute a negative 1, so it's going to shift our parent function to the left. And our k value is positive 2, so that's going to shift our graph up. And so the k value is equal to 2, so that means our asymptote is going to be equal to y equals 2, so we can graph that also. So y equals 2 is going to be right here. That's that graph right there. And so that's the line we're going to get close to, but never cross. And so we're going to substitute some values in. And I'm going to pick negative 1 to start with because I want my exponent to be 0. So this is going to be equal to negative 1/3 times 2 to the negative 1 plus 1 plus 2. So the negative 1/3 comes down. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. 2 to the 0. Anything to the 0 power is 1 plus 2. Negative 1/3 plus 2 is going to be 1 2/3. So we get the ordered pair negative 1, 1 2/3. So we can graph that as negative 1, 1 2/3, which is up there. Next one I'm going to pick is I'm going to pick 0. I'm going to substitute that in. So we get negative 1/3, 2 to the 0 power. So I'm substituting in 0 there. Plus 1 plus 2. And I'm just going to go through and simplify. So the 1/3 or the negative 1/3 comes down. 0 plus 1 is 1. 2 to the first is 2. So then we get negative 2/3 plus 2, which is equal to 1 1/3. So we get the ordered pair 0, 1 1/3. So 1 1/3 is right there. So not much change between the 2 points. So I'm going to slide this up just a little bit so we can have a little more room. And the next one I'm going to pick is I'm going to pick 1. So we're going to get negative 1/3 times 2 to the first power plus 1 plus 2. So this is going to be equal to negative 1/3. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 squared, that's going to be 4. And then we get negative 4/3 plus 2, which is going to be equal to just 2/3. So we get the ordered pair 1, 2/3. So 2/3, which is right there. So here we have a change of 1/3. Then we have a change of 2/3. So the next one's going to be 4/3, which is going to be here. It'll be 8/3. So 8 divided by 3 is 2 2/3. So there's the 2/3, and then 2. So 1, 2. So it's 8 2/3. Or excuse me, 8/3. Then we have 16/3, which is going to be 5 1/3. So it's still going to be there. And then we're going to be 5, which is going to be 1 1/3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from there, we are going to be to, that was 16 thirds, so 32 thirds, which is going to be 10 and 2/3. So 2/3 to there, and then 10, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so that's off, and so we can just sketch our graph that goes through those points. And then we're going to get close to this line here, but not cross it. And so that's what our parabola finishes look like.